Hi everybody, it's Julie. Hello. And welcome to Beginners Junk Journal series. Oh my gosh, I think this is part 6. Yeah, part 6. And welcome. We are going to be working with book pages today. So I pulled out some books that I've already taken the covers off and used them for something else. And so, yay. You might have something like that out there in your world. If not, you might have a book that you are able to take apart. It can be a paperback. It can be any book. We're going to use just regular book pages today, but there are various parts of a book that we can also use book pages. So let's see. Hi, Sarah, Donna, Terry, Carol, Donna, Terry, Denise, Debbie, Pat, hi and welcome. And I'm going to turn this way so that I can pay attention to what I'm doing. So you can use all different sizes of books. So I did pull out, I have my little tiny dictionary. I actually have the dictionaries out because I used them to put together our April challenge, which should be up just a little while after we're done with this video. Oh, thank you, Donna. So you guys, Donna's filling in until Kelly gets here. Thank you. Okay, so if you have questions for me, please make sure that you put it in capital letters so that I can see it, because sometimes the chat goes through so fast. I'll be working and I look over and I totally might have missed, a whole bunch of you. So please, if you have a question, put it in caps. Hello and welcome, Tamara. I'm glad you made it. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Sybil. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tammy. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so another little fun thing is sometimes you can find books that are in a different color. So I have the little green book, and that was from Dollar Tree. A couple years ago, actually. But you never know. It might show up there again, or it might still be at yours. Hi, Bonnie. Oh, good. Are you better? There's Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Welcome. Okay, so we are going to work with book pages. We're going to start off with, and then dictionaries are an amazing place for book pages for many reasons, not just for the book page. A lot of times they will discolor really quickly, which is kind of cool if you're making journals or things that you want to look old. Definitions are amazing. So that is another awesome reason to use those. I'm going to put this up where it goes. I might use it in a little bit, but we're going to start with, this is a book that I got at Dollar Tree also. And I liked it. It fits the type of journals that I like to make. It fits them perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull out a handful of pages. So we'll put our paper down. So many of you have seen the videos before. One of my favorite things to do, and it's like the easiest thing to make, is to make a little pocket. And so I'll just go ahead and fold over, and I leave the rough edge. I like the rough edge. Hi, Kat. And then we're going to go up here and put that one in like this. Okay, so you have this little foldy thing. And then to glue it, what I do is, I find my glue. And so we're going to go ahead and come across here. And this is going to be our flap that's going to come down. So I'm going to glue in an L. So I started at this fold. So this is going to get folded over. And then because this went all the way to the edge, I don't have to do any extra gluing there. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that piece. And it will glue down. And you have this little pocket. Now the really cool thing about these pockets is you can utilize basically the whole entire piece of the pocket. Okay, so one of the things I'll do sometimes is I'll just make a whole bunch of these pockets and have them ready, and I can go ahead and use them, and depending on where I'm putting them, you know, sometimes I might need to make them a little shorter, no problem. I can even make them shorter down here and just move my glue up if I need to. And so that is probably my favorite thing to do with book pages. So another thing, you know, anything that you do with a regular paper as a backing for a journal, and when I'm talking a backing, it would be like a base. So if you were going to use a paper and make like a fake envelope, so this is fake envelope. So I have a whole playlist of book pages, and I was going to have it ready, but I didn't. Okay. So we can go ahead and to make a fake envelope, I'm just going to go ahead and fold my two top pieces in till they meet. Okay, and that gives me a fake flap. You see that? Fake flap. And then I can just pull it down over my base, and I have a fake flap. Now, when you do something like this with a book page, you're probably going to want to cover it with something. And I had purple. There it is. That's the wrong one. I have this stuff from yesterday is still sitting here, but that's not going to do me any good. So let's go ahead and, you know what? We can use this. So this is from the Antique Pansies digital kit that's going to come out this weekend. And let's see. This is the journaling card page, and the people that finished their February journals, they actually got this as the digital kit as their gift. And our party was yesterday, and we made a file folder flip book journal style, junk journal style. I'll show it to you in just a few minutes so that you can see it. And if it's something that you think you'd want to learn how to do, you can go ahead and tell me. So I'm thinking that this could go on here, but I'm going to have to cut it funny. Okay. Could rip it. Ripping is much more forgiving. Okay, there we go. And so I think we can just come across here. Okay, so one of the things I was showing them was that you don't have to use things the way that they're, expected or planned. In this case, journaling cards. We can go ahead and rip it out. You could do that. You could rip out an image from a magazine. If there were images in your book, you could take it out of your book. Hi, Robin. Hi, Mary. You guys, Mary's already she's already on the waiting list for the April group. I had barely gotten it made and she was there. But it's not open yet. It's almost open, but I have to let the design team in first. That's their one of their whatchamacallits. What do you call that? It's a perk. It's a perk. Ooh, I like that one because it's so faded, so it doesn't fight with that as much. Okay, so what you do is you just go ahead and you can fill up right on top of your book page. I'm just going to do this one, and then we'll measure this. You leave some of the words so that you can see the letters. That's how I do it anyway. And then we'll go and cut this one right here. And you can see I'm not really worried about the words that are there this time. Hi, Maria. I've got the video when I had to go, and everything that everybody ordered is in the mail. And Gail, that includes your little, your napkins and I found your little journal, so it's on its way too. I picked up some Happy Mail, and so it was uploading while I was gone, and when I got home, it was still uploading. You guys, they've slowed down the speeds on everything, and so everything takes a little longer to do. And I do everything on my phone. So so it's ready. I just have to invite the design team in so they can take a look. And then, and I have to write the questions because the questions weren't there yet. Oh well. So you go ahead and you could cover that all the way across if you wanted to, but we were using journaling cards. So then I would also cover this, and this you might cover with a note paper, or if you have a page from your book that is blank, that's a great thing to do. I just like to rip around it and put that in there. So I'm looking to see if I have any plain, because I have a stash over here. So just go ahead and, again, I really prefer ripping things because if it's ripped and it's crooked, it's ripped and it's crooked. If you cut it and it's crooked, it's crooked. It just doesn't look good when you cut and things are crooked. Hi, Kathy M. Yeah, I do everything on my phone except for answer it. Ask my brothers. Actually, I've had a lot of people calling me this week. My mom's friends were all calling, and it's like, so, and my phone is usually the ringer is off. Yeah, so I'm very bad. Very, very bad. I'll be glad when we get through today, because then the party will be out of the way. We did it. Yay. And the April, oh gosh, you guys, the April is crazy. And I actually towards the end of the video, I said, and yes, this is not an April Fool's joke. But I started making it. It was so much fun, figuring out things. I didn't want to do exactly what we had last year. I wanted to make sure that it was different. I've got to find that eraser because that would take that off. Okay, so got to redo that. But there's our little thing here, and then you can go ahead and put some more of the paper up here. I like to have it separate. Sometimes I'll even separate it on all three. I might put a pocket here and put something in it just to make it different. And then with these, I like to close them off. You know what? This one would be a good one to put an eyelet in. Except I don't have my eyelet setter. It's darn. I've got to get it out. That's bad. It's still in the DIY stuff. Yeah, and I'm really trying to, now that, life is what it is. My lives will be at 3:35, and occasionally I'll do a 10:35, just so that some of the people that aren't able to be here at 3:35 might be able to be there at the 10:35. And then I'm going to try, we'll continue this beginner series, and it's going to cover a lot of stuff. But then the ABC challenge, I'm going to try and have those ready so that they go on at midnight, my time. So anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do. So you can just go ahead, very simply, you could go ahead and tie that. If you wanted to, you could add a couple little beads onto the bottom of it. You can cover the back with something as well. And the back, actually, I'm going to cover it because I've got this sitting right here. So who all is brand new to junk journaling? Who is brand new to junk journaling? So, and the other thing is if you didn't know, we have, with this series, there is a free digital, and it is available in the Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group, and it's in the files section, and you can go pick it up and download it. And as a matter of fact, there's still a few things in there that you can go ahead and download and use. And it's a full digital kit. There's 22 files. So far, I still haven't got number 23 in there. I sleep. I promise. And the beginners one, that will be like 1 week it's Monday through Friday, and 1 week it's Monday through Thursday. And you'll see they'll get set up, those lives. I'll set them up as soon as I figure out what the content is going to be. And so So we'll try and do it that way. So there you have the little envelope flip. Okay. So and I guess I should finish it out, not leave it. That's probably bad. Oh, my thumbs down person hasn't been here yet today. That was sure a trip. They will be though. Except I didn't put junk journal ideas on what it was. Maybe that's, I don't know. Or did I? Okay, so here we go. We can just put that on there. You see all the writing's upside down here, so. And you can distress this if you like to distress. You can go ahead and distress these pages or these little things I'm putting on. It's all good. Yes. Joyce adds everybody to the group once a day. I usually add to the other groups once a day. We could be adding and adding and adding. And, you know, like yesterday, I had Bonnie on backup so that anybody that came in at the last minute for that party that was supposed to be there, that she could add them for me. So we're trying to get things figured out here. Okay, so this can just go in somewhere into your journal. It can go into a pocket. But there it's using a book page, and you have places that you can put things, which I like. And there you go. Okay, so you have this pocket. One of the things I like to do with these is to decorate the front. And I like to use doilies, you guys. I don't know if you all have doilies, but this is a doily that I get in the bakery section at Michael's, and I have purchased it online before as well. I buy them either when they're on sale or when I have a 30% coupon, 30% off my regular price coupon, because I use them all the time. This is like a staple that I use all the time because I like the gold. They come in gold and silver, and I always have both. But I don't know if you see that, but you can also turn it over and you have a white doily. So, and the price is good, especially if you get it on sale. And sometimes, you know, when their baking supplies are on sale, it'll even be a better sale. So if you're going to just put this pocket in your journal, you can go ahead and put it down and cut it and fold it over so that it has a finished edge. If you're going to be using it as a floating pocket, then you might go ahead and fold it like I did here so that it covers a little bit of the back. So there we go, we've got that. Got that. And so for this, then you can go ahead and add an image. So you could go ahead and, you know, fussy cut around that, add an image to it. Words. You can put words on top of words. Words on top of words look really cool. So we're going to let that dry. And I'm going to go ahead and show you another one of my favorite things, which is, I call it the fluffy flower. I have a punch that's a flower punch. And it is by EK Success. It's 2 flower punches. I got mine at Target several years ago, and it was a pair. They make other types of little flowers, but I'll just go ahead and punch some flowers. Well, before my thumb was hurting, and maybe that's why my thumb hurt, is from punching fluffy flowers. I had a whole bin of fluffy flowers. So then I'll just go ahead and cut this and come back in and go all the way around it again. Until I've used up my whole page. Okay. So there you go. You get the idea. You just go until you've fluffy flowered your whole page, and then you can throw away. You can throw away a book page. Yay! Book page scraps. Yay! Goodbye, book page scraps. Okay, so next I use for fluffy flowers. I use Aleene's tacky glue. Okay, so Aleene's tacky glue. I'm going to make sure that I can get into it. I went to the store instead of having all my tools prepared. But I shouldn't have to go for a while, except for, you know, they don't have, well, I don't need toilet paper, because before all this happened, I had just bought our big package. Okay, let me make sure we're going to have glue come out, because, you know, sometimes you have things for too long hanging around. Okay, so I'm going to look for something that I can put some glue on. Looks like we'll put it on that. And put my little glue pen in the drawer. And I'm going to just put a puddle of glue. Maybe it's not coming out. It's a bonus size, but when you don't use it that much anymore. This used to be my go-to glue. That's why I have big things of it. Oh, we'll just do it this way. It's like, look at, it's like really thick. But it might be really good for some of the things I do. Okay, so Aleene's, I like the Aleene's tacky glue. I'm going to go ahead, I'm using a paintbrush. I'm going to get the end of my paintbrush wet, and I'm going to go ahead and put my little flower around the outside, and I'm going to come over and I'm going to put it on the next flower. There we go. I'm going to come and get some glue, grab it, fluff it, and there you go. And I usually do 5 flowers. And they do flatten in the journal, but they'll have definitely. My freezer is full. I don't have a deep freeze or anything. I just have a regular freezer. I took the things out of it that didn't, that it was like, okay, they were in there, you know, the extra picnic things and stuff like that. I took those out and made more room for food. So there's a fluffy flower, and you can go ahead and let's see, if we were going to decorate this. I like this. This, you see the date on that receipt was 1907. The receipt itself, 1900. And then you put your 7 on it. It's like, wow, that's cool. Okay, so just I'm ripping around it. I'm gonna put it on some book paper and make it a tag. So yeah, so many of you got this digital kit for finishing your February journal. And it will, for the rest of you, it will be available in the Etsy shop on either tomorrow or Friday. Okay, so let's see, where did the book pages, there they are. So we can go ahead and make a tag similar to the way I made the pocket. Except I want it to be a little skinnier. And it could be a pocket tag. I mean, if you wanted it to be a pocket tag, it could be a pocket tag. So there we go, just like that, and like that. Oh, I forgot to cut it. That's okay. Oh, fluffy flowers. Okay, so we can go ahead and put this on here. So, and I'll show you another thing I like to do with book paper. I like it to be the middle layer between like a embellishment like this, and then maybe some colored cardstock. Okay, and then you can grab your fluffy flower, get it some glue. And the reason I use the Aleene's for this is it's not as wet, and the book pages stay together better. Okay, so adding a couple of those is, and you can go ahead and have them already figured out where you're going to put them. Okay, so like that. You can just, oh, got glue. Hi, Maria. I bought a pair of sweatpants today, you guys. At Dollar General, our Dollar General had a whole bunch of stuff 70% off. And then when I got up to the register, it was half off of that. They were $1.05. I'm like, wow. And any other time, I would just go back and buy some more. But I don't want to be around people that, you know, you know, that sounds bad. I don't want to be around people. Okay, I'm down here trying to find something to put in the center. Oh, we used gold over there, so we'll just put a gold bling in the center of our fluffy flower. Okay, so we're going to do a couple other fun folding things with book pages. And I'm trying to figure out what happened to my privacy envelopes that were right there. Because we're supposed to be doing privacy envelopes also. Okay, so there you've got fluffy flowers. And now you have a tag. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up down here. And it's also has an opening, so you can put a tag in there. And that can be your little streamers can come off of what goes inside. Okay, so just like the pocket, ah, no. Okay, that's a mess. We still have fluffy flowers on the table though. I hadn't been out for a week, and that was last time I had to go to the post office. And then before that, it was a week and a few days. So I've only been out 2 times. In March, I was only out 3 times because I went out on the 13th and whatever the Tuesday was of that week. I went out on Tuesday and Friday of that week. And then I was out last Tuesday. Then I had to go, but those were to Big Town. Now today I was able to go to Little Town. Little Town. I didn't have to go to town. I was able to, she had the post office open today. Well, it's not open actually. You go and she comes to the door and she gets you your mail and brings it to you. And because we have contract post office. So if you have to do any post office business, you have to go to town. Okay, so I have these in my little stash over here. These were from a paper pad. So you can cut paper pads apart and use the pieces. I'm just going to cut the edges here. And do we do it that way? That way. That way. Like that, okay? And I'm using my postage stamp scissors, but it's I'm like, okay, how do they go? They go this way. They go like that. that. This is very confusing, like that. Okay, well at least we got a couple of tickets. Okay, so well, another thing that we all like to do with our book pages is to make envelopes with our envelope punch board. This is the mini envelope punch board, and I do this backwards. I go by what size paper I have, and so I'm figuring that I have like well, we'll figure this out here. This is the mini envelope punch board, so it's going to make a little envelope. Oh, I need to clean this one. We'll just move on to the other one that needs its gutter cleared out. I just dropped the whole box of lace. So I had both of the kitties were in here today. Both of the cuckoo kitties were in here today. Okay, so I'm going to go with 4 and an 1/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and an 1/8. And 1, 2, 3, 4 and an 1/8. Because this bottom one on here said 4 and an 1/8 and 4 and an 1/8 for your paper. And then we go like this, and it says to start at 2 and 3/8. So we're gonna 1, 2, and boy, I can't see. 3/8, which is right before a half. And we'll go ahead and cut it, punch it, and then it has its own little scoring tool, and it's little because this is the little punch board. And we'll score it on that line. And now you don't pay attention to this anymore. What you do is you line up your little ticker right there to what you scored. You punch and you score. Okay. Punch and score. And then you do it again. You come over, line up the ticker to the fold, punch, and score. And line it up one more time. And whoop. Okay, so just so you all know, you get to use any tools that you have in your stash in the April challenge. And it's a no-buy challenge. I did tell you that. I used my dictionary to figure out the elements. I told you that. Okay, so here we have a little envelope using from the envelope punch board. So another really great use for the for book paper. And you can go ahead and cut, have many of these ready, and so that you always have them for your journals. And you can, if you're doing it out of the plain pages, then you can even make it so that you don't have to close them up. You can write on the inside of your envelope. So, but here we're going to go ahead and close it. Okay, so there you go. You've got a cute little envelope, and so then you can make something to go inside of it. You can cover it like we've been covering things. You can cover with washi. Washi is a great way to cover on book paper. Well, it's almost like not having anything on it, but that's okay. So you can go ahead and cover your words with washi. Cool thing about it is usually washi, you can see through a lot of them, so. There we go. Well, I came up with a bunch of new embellishment ideas for this challenge. I have a thing called a totem. We're going to see the leaning ticket thing again. So there you can add washi onto your book paper, and give it a whole different look. And onto your game ticket if you wanted to have it. Okay, so there we go. There's that. This is not my anti-sticky scissors. Okay, so and then you can just put something fun in your pocket, and there you go, in your envelope. But I think envelopes are a great way of using up book pages. Let's see. I never did find the purple, did I? Just the thick purple. Ow! Attacked by a square. Okay, and then you can embellish this however you would want to embellish it, whether you want to bring in some flowers and put flowers on it. You know, one of the hearts. You guys, I can't believe I actually need to make hearts. I'm getting really low on the hearts. It's gonna be time to bring out the Cricut. But even just having them already ready with the doily on them, so that when you go to put them into your journal, they're basically already ready. I don't use mine very much, Melinda, but I do use it to cut. I cut tags and I cut these hearts every so often when I bring it out, and I do that. Okay, so another thing that I do like to make with my book pages, again, anything that would have would be a base or a backing is, I think, is really good. So I do like to go ahead and fold my pages up and make like an add to my journals like this. Okay, and sometimes I'll go ahead and put another paper inside here so you're not seeing it, but just this little bit down here, I do like that. So I will do that. You saw that yesterday in the video, I went ahead and I tore pieces and had pieces just randomly for in that that Franken page. But even to just add pages or pieces onto things that you already have put together is a great way to use up some book pages. Okay, interesting. How do you feel? The White House gates. That's interesting. And, oh, we might put the telegram in here. Oh, it can go back here. Be like sneaky back there. Okay, okay, another thing that I like to do with the book pages is to make flowers, the big flowers. And so you can use a die, or you can go ahead and rip yourself a big flower. Or butterfly. If your flower starts to look like a butterfly, it could be a butterfly. That would be just fine. Okay. So big flower. Oh, I dropped the lace. That's right. Watch me. The big lace is going to be gone. Yep. Yep. It's gone. My big lace is gone. Okay. Oh, well, that sucks. I said that. That sucks. We could go ahead and sew since it fell in between the cracks over there, and I have to move everything to get to it. I should have noticed that that's what was happening when that thing of lace fell. So you can go ahead and pull out your leftover binding thread. I go ahead and leave my leftover binding thread in. This is a new one actually right here. Oh, and this video is live. Could have had a knot in this one. It's not a. You could also do this with crepe paper. Okay. A little bit more. So if you're trying to use up some lace, you can go ahead and make the big flower. Wow, I've never had my sewing machine only sew backwards. Had a friend that's car would only go backwards for a little while. Was till it got fixed. Okay, and then we can go ahead and tie it. I should have done a little more ruffling, but you know what you can do when you didn't do enough ruffling, you can go around, loosen up these edges a little bit. And only me and the 500 people that watch this video will know that I messed it. Well, the ones that watch long enough to see me not have it be big enough. Oh no. Well, when you're looking for that, can you check and see if you can find my my big lace? Because this is not a white rug though. Okay, so fabric tack. You guys, I made an apron entirely out of fabric tack. My 4th of July apron, my sewing machine wasn't working. And, oh, we can go ahead and break that apart because we broke all the other ones. Okay, so we have our big flower, our big lace, and we can either put it under it or on top of it. And you're going to want to use your fabric tack to put it on here. And you can keep stacking on it. You can stack another book paper and then another lace if you wanted to, or fabric. So here we go. And just put that on there. But another great way to use up book pages is to make the flowers. And then, like I said, if you go ahead and find yourself where it was too, it was going to ball up like that, then just cut your edges down and it'll look more like a flower and it'll lean down, and nobody will ever know that you had made that mistake. You can go ahead and add a button. I happen to have a purple, and there's my needle. So here we go. We'll just go ahead and put this through. I am going to sew my needle on here, and it'll also help to keep the lace there. Okay, I'm going to get another button out of So did anybody use up a whole paper pad for in the March Stash Buster Junk Journal Challenge. I used up the little 6x6, and most of that other one, I still have the stickers and not the stickers, I got rid of all the stickers, but the die cuts, I still have die cuts. There we go. It was stuck on something. It didn't want to go through. Okay, so there you go. You can go ahead and make a flower with the button in the center. And because the back is paper here, it is going to stick to pretty much anything. This will be great for a cover. So that's another really cool thing. And you can, if you're making things that are fabric and wallpaper and stuff like that, you can go ahead and just cut a bunch of circles and add circles to the back of those things that you're making out of book paper, and that will give you something to adhere to your other items. So you can just go ahead and put your big flower onto something like that. So I think that's a cool little way to use a book page. So another thing that you can do with book paper is you can cut out or rip out. You can cut, actually, would probably even be better. Strips. Okay, that are going down to a point. Okay, so like this. So at an angle, you have a strip. And then you can use your paintbrush, is here somewhere. We'll use that side because it has more words. And go ahead and add glue up to the edges. You can also do this with magazine paper, scrapbook paper. There's my... And you can use a skewer or even like a straight pin or a paper clip, which at this point might be better for this one because I'm pretty thick. There we go. I have a twisty tie here. Okay. We'll go ahead and lay it over, and I'm rolling it back and forth, getting it ready to roll, so it'll all go under, and then we just start rolling it. There we go. And you might have a little glue at the end, and then you just can pull it off. Usually, I probably did it too tight. Okay, and you have a bead. Okay, so a fun little bead. Yay, little bead. So you can do a bunch of those. You can use those in your tassels and all those fun things. Another thing that's really fun is to take a paper clip And again, take and rip your paper. I like I said, I do a lot of ripping. Then come back and measure, and I'm like going, okay, I want to just be to there, so I'm going to come back. I want just 4 lines of print. Okay, then you can go ahead and we can cut this in half and get your paper clip started. Okay, and then add your glue. Bring it around your paper clip. And there you have a paperclip charm. Yay! Oh, and then put some glue in the middle. Oops. You can do that with washi tape, with scrapbook paper, with magazine. Okay. So there you have a little clip. You can also do the beads, and if you have a longer strip, let's see, we'll try this. And a skinnier, so we've got, this one's really long and skinny. I found the video now I can't find it again, but I remember, Joyce, when I was looking for the video of making these, and I didn't do them last year in the series because that's when I was being accused of copying, and I couldn't find my video. We know that I made them because I made them during Stamp Away Saturday, but I couldn't find the video. Well, I found the, oops, what am I doing? I'm going to go ahead and make another one. No, I'm making one of these. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start this one. We have this little piece left. So sometimes when you look on your desk and you've got some scraps, this is something that you can do. So, and again, this is really wet glue. The Aleene's would probably work better. Okay, so just wrap it around. And you can get more of like a ball type bead. I don't know why that. Wrapping it over the top of itself. Okay, so a little bead. You just pull it off whatever you're making them on. So we have a couple of beads. We have our cool little paper clip. And so another thing that you can do is I've shown this, I showed this on the Just Junk Journal challenge. you can take and add your book page, your cut out or torn out book page, to a string, like for your string ties in your tassel or in your signature ties, and you can make a little charm. And what I did with those is I used the stickers that were from address labels. So the edge of the sticker, I cut the edge of the sticker off and was able to put those on here. And that gave me a little charm. And let's see, oh, let's put away. I was going to say I could show you. But that is another way of being able to use your book pages. Another really, really awesome way. I did, Joyce. I should open that. Let me show you this and then I'll open. I've got 2 Happy Mails. Is Lynn here? Because I got Happy Mail from Lynn also. Okay, so now here you have an edge that just barely has the writing on the edge. I think that looks really cool. And, you know, you can go ahead and make a paper ribbon. Paper ribbons are really cool, and especially if you don't have a sewing machine, it's okay. You can go ahead and you can glue them and glue your paper ribbon. The way that I do my paper ribbons when I'm not using my sewing machine is I'll go ahead and put the glue in between each ruffle. And then I come back with another scrap of paper. So you go ahead and put your glue in between each of these holes. And you could just, I mean, this is another thing. You could make these and have these ready, because the other thing about book pages is they're generic. So if you just have all these bases of things made out of book pages and you're making a bird journal, then all you have to do is add bird stuff or ribbons and buttons that match. Okay, so there's that. And, whoa, I'm stuck. I forgot I was tied up to the, okay, so I have these from, actually they were from the journal, the altered journal I made in August when I was taking care of my dad. So, but I'll show you what I do with the pieces that are left. I'll go ahead and grab myself a piece, and remember, as a scrap, it probably in my house it probably already had been ripped, maybe on one side, unless it's in this little jar. Okay, so doesn't want to stay, but that's okay because it's going to go on here. So I'll take this, put the glue on it, and I do this also with the fabric ones sometimes. And take it and go like this, and that will help hold my paper ribbon down. Okay, so if I'm not sewing, and remember there was a period of time where my sewing machine was not being nice, And so that is a book page paper ribbon. And then you can go ahead and, you can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. You just go ahead and ruffle it. Bye, Donna. And this will look good with pretty much any of the things that you have going on, probably, because it's generic. And even if you don't distress and you do stuff that's more clean, your the black print in your book page is going to help connect all your paper together. It's kind of interesting. It's just something that it will do. So, okay, so you just go ahead, and we're going to do one with a page on it. Then I'm going to show you what we made yesterday in case you were not in the party. You can get an idea of what we get to do when we're in the party. And then I'm going to open Joyce's Happy Mail, and then we'll come back and do a couple more. I think, what time is it? Yeah, we can do a couple more book page things. But so far, which one's your favorite? And do you do any of these already? I really do like my sewing machine for this now, but yeah, so there's a whole playlist of book page ideas, and it's not in the description box right now, but I will put that in the Scrap All About It with Dear Julie. I'll put it in the group. And do watch, because just a little bit after this is over, you'll see the April video will come up. Okay, so there's those. So I'll show you real quick what we made yesterday. We made this file flip folder journal style. So it had places that you could have things. It had a mini journal in it. Okay, so it had a little mini journal in it. We used the images from the Antique Pansy digital kit that they received as their gift. This flips down. This has got this little guys in it. And this flips down. This is a double tuck, and this is as far as we got. So it has a little mini envelope in the kit. So we had used that. And so this is our little pocket thing that we made that I think turned out really cool. So that is a file flip, and then you can go ahead and take and put like maybe the white one. Yeah, put that on there. And then all you have to do, because it's paper, is just put a line of glue on it. So if you earned the party but you didn't get to go, the video is in there and you can still go watch it. And we folded it like 4 or 5 times. So just so you know, you can go watch it. I think it needs more stuff. But there, it's got that. Yay. And here we've got this little ticket. This little ticket could go in here. Okay, so there's that. So let's go ahead and look at the Happy Mail. And it's up here. So we have Lynn's first. So Lynn, I opened the edge. I didn't open them yet, but I opened the edge. Oh, cute. Very cute. Little birdie that says hello. It's springtime. You're very welcome, Lynn. Oh, look at it. I like that. Perfect. So thank you so much. And I'm getting ready. I've got my little box up here, and I am going to be doing a Happy Mail journal finally. Finally, we'll get things going. So this is from Joyce. It's still all closed up. I usually try and have things open so that I don't have to waste your time, but I didn't get that far. Is Joyce still here? Bye, Terry. Hope all is well. Okay. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, look at that. Oh, this is funny. This reminds me, I've got a Discover card wallet thing that we're going to make. Oh, look at with the pockets. Isn't that cool? I love the color. And there's some extra little paper tags. I love this. Very, very cool. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And this looks like it might be a card. Joyce is here. This is from Joyce. Look at those. Oh my gosh. That's why she's like, Bonnie was like, go get it, go get your Happy Meal, because it had the stamps in it. You're like, did you get your Happy Meal? Did you get your Happy Meal? Oh, look at, oh my gosh, you did some quilling. Very cool. I love the daisy. Dollarama. I bet you're wishing they would hurry up and open back up, huh? Look at these. Oh my gosh, so cool. Those will be really cool in the Peacock Journal. Oh, you found some more of the mermaid paper. It's a little different, but I like it. Very cool. Thank you. Because I still have the stuff to make a couple more. I don't have those really cool stickers, though, that from Dollar Tree. I don't have any more of those, and they have not had them since. But thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, this goes right up there because that's where the Peacock Journal is that did not get finished. You guys, I did not finish my March journal. So you know what that means. I can't go to the party. I can't go to the party. What are we going to do? I did finish a paper pad because I made those little, oh my gosh, I love these. I can't wait to make more. These were the ones that I made this weekend out of a 6x6 paper pad. So these are the mini challenge in the challenge right now, I believe. And so you still have time. You can still get in on your mini challenge in the challenge and use up a 6x6 paper pad and make these little amazing little journals. They're going to make really, really, really great gifts. I love it. I think well, no, I don't want to put it in something that I'm not keeping, so I'm going to keep it. So I really like it. So you guys see here, she's got book paper, and it's a big piece of book page because you can see the line right here, and she's distressed it. So see how nice it looks distressed with the lace on top. Very, very cool. And look at the little wood over here with the tie. Very cool. Okay, so can I remember what else I was going to do? Oh, I know. One other thing, one, not maybe more than one, but at least one. If I can find, I'll have to use something from down here because I can't get up there. So another thing is to use your punches and just punch out backgrounds. Okay, so again, like I said about being able to punch circles so that you can back things while you're making them, and then when you go to put them on, when you're building your stash, you're just making stuff not specifically for a specific journal. You can do that. You can just go ahead and cut out a whole bunch of the things that you know that you like to use. Like one of the things I make a lot has that heart and that heart and the pink one and the pink and that heart. So I can go ahead and, cut some of these and cut some of these, and even at in a place like that where it's not quite on it. Okay, so little punches, and then maybe your ombre paint chip. Okay, so where'd it go? There's one. So another thing that you can do is you can have stacking things already ready. So if I have a couple of embellishment videos that have these hearts in them. Not exactly like this, but you can have butterflies already ready. Whatever it is that you like to use. Then I don't know if you remember the little paper, the pattern paper pocket thing that we made for the big journal. So this is for this one. So we're working in 2 journals right now for this. This is part of that, the digital kit. Let's see if we can find the pattern. Here, we did this where we had the pockets, and you can do things like that with your book pages as well. And especially if you were able to, if you had a book that you were able to cut the binding and have fold-out pages, that might work better in something like that, or in a large book. Going back. Sometimes you can find things. Whoa! Did we just have an earthquake? It might just be me. Okay. but you can go ahead and, do a pocket like we did there. So that one we flipped it, I think, something like this. So you can take something like this where it's going to be a pocket, right? It's going to have a pocket here and a pocket here, and then add it to another page. Okay, because it ends up small, but you're trying to say, I'm just trying to use up my book pages. I can go ahead and make the pocket, add it to another page, and here we have, we've added, we've done something with our pocket. You can have these already ready. If it's something that you know that you want to add to your journals, you can have this already ready as well. So I have, let's see what I have over here, because I have a stack of things that were already ready, that when I was going through, things, I found this stack of things that were already ready out of book pages. So here is a little file folder. I made that using the envelope punch board. You just use the envelope punch board's punch and then cut along. And we have a little file folder that we can use. Here, this can go in your journal and be a flip out, so it could like go here and glue on the back of that. You flip it out here and you flip this down. And again, you're covering all those pages just like you see everybody do, where they're just covering pages. Here's one of the little pockets. It's cut and ready but not glued. And I ripped the spot here. This is a tuck pocket spot. Tuck pocket spot. Okay, so I'll glue the back of this onto the page. That gives me a pocket here, or I'll glue it this way and have a pocket here, and then glue it across here. That gives me a pocket here, and I have a flip up. So I can go ahead and add the plain paper on the inside here and have that flip up. So it could have something going in here, and that's adhered to my page. And then this is a tuck, and so something can be in there. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, this is just to go on the edge of a paper on this side, like this. And you've got a tuck that comes up, or a flip and a tuck. And there's a few of those. I just remember sitting and just making these. Here we have some tags, and these were just, the papers are cut, and then I cut the corner and turned it over and cut the other corner. And then here's some more of those tuck pocket pages. And here's one of those envelopes. You guys, these I made way back when I was doing the spring blossom. So that's been 2 years ago, and I found this box that had all these already cut and ready. So here's these are border tucks, or it can be a belly band. Also, you put it in your journal like this, and it flips open, and you can write on the inside in there and decorate the outside. Was just something that I had done, as well as on the side of a paper. I think everybody fell asleep. I put everybody to sleep. So another thing is to be able to glue the back of this on the 3 sides. So that makes this a tuck. Okay. And then you're still able to decorate this. And if you put lined paper or plain paper on the inside, you're able to have that there. So that was another idea that I had way, oh my gosh, there went the Happy Mail fell down way back then. Let me see if there's any more in there, because I know I had like envelopes, but oh yeah, there's one. There's an envelope that was already cut and ready. I did use a couple things lately that were in that. I think that's the whole batch that I found. So, but there you go. We had several ideas to be able to use your book pages, starting with, ending with this pocket thing that you can go ahead and add onto your page, and you've got some pockets. And I mean, that's really fast. And you could use one of these or 2 of these, one of these in every signature that you make. It could even go on the back of a white paper and give you a different, it would give you a different look. So I think that's pretty cool. And I showed you about using your punch. And we punched and made this embellishment here. We made this pocket here. We made a pocket tag. Okay, so this, and it's holding a tag. Fluffy flowers, one of my favorites. The big flower. Oh, let's not lose that. The big flower. We did use the envelope punch board and made a little envelope, added washi tape to the outside, and just changed the look of the book page. We have all these different tucks and tags and the little file folder ideas there. I'm going to be using those up, so you'll see those coming out so I can use them up. I do have a lot of favorites, but they are my favorites. Then I had the little fake envelope. Very, very simple. It's the book page trimmed down to the edges of the writing, and with the fake flap, place to write, place to write, place to write, place to tuck something in, and decorated flap. This here, and you could, of course, if you cut this down, okay, so if you cut that down, I wonder if you could, yeah, it'd be too much work, but you could cut those and make a double tuck that those tuck in. I wouldn't do it. Never mind. Never mind. Sometimes, So, and then you can just tie this up and it can go into the journal. And the cool thing about when you do things like this and you tie things up, it usually, probably, if somebody was looking quickly through your journal, they probably are not going to take the time to open this. So it would be semi-secret. Okay, we also made some beads. Okay, so we have some paper beads, and we have the little paper clip, and then you can just go ahead and add charms onto the ends of these, and you can actually add your charms on before you make this, and you can go ahead and use a charm like that and not even have to undo the, because when you undo this, you compromise it. They don't always go back the way they should. So that is that, and these are really, really awesome. I'm glad I remembered about those. It's been a while since we pulled those out. Excuse me. I'm going to have to sleep. Okay. So I'm just checking to see if we have anything. Oh, our paper ribbon. So we did our paper ribbon. We did one that we actually put onto yesterday's project. And then we did this one here also. So, and here's another way of using it. We layered using the book page in the center, in between the two things. So there we go. And if you're interested, if you want to see how this was made, go ahead and put it in the comments. I want to see how it was made. And we're still working on it. I didn't finish it, but I really think it turned out cool. Night, Joyce. Thank you. I hope everybody learned something. I've been taking Bonnie's advice and going back to the old videos and seeing what I can find in the old videos. And so again, the other thing is if you're just sitting and talking, you can just rip and get papers ready, right? Like that. And there I have, that will be ready. So, okie dokie. Any questions? Joyce is reminding you if you, hi Carla. Thank you. I think that's probably something that we'll do. Hi Sandra. Oh, good. Night, Joyce. And like Joyce said, if you're asking to join the Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group, make sure you answer the questions so that she can let you in. And that's the same with any Dear Julie group. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go and need help on Ruffle. You're having trouble on the Ruffle? Isn't it they kind of have a mind of their own. You just have to, tell them who's boss. You know, you can also make a fan, right? So you can go ahead and fold it towards the center and out. Towards the center. You know, all those things we learned as kids. Like the cup. You know, the cup that you could make so that you could get a drink of water out of the water fountain. We had a water fountain that shot straight up in the air, but you could catch it in the cup over here. So you'd make the little origami cup. So there's a little fan. Ta-da! Yeah, I've been looking for the ones. Do you remember the ones with the really pretty fluffy hair and the really cool makeup? Those are the ones I was looking for, but I haven't been able to find them. I would like to have another couple sheets of those. Because I have the mermaid stuff. Oh, that's right. We're out. Thank you. Oh, Sandra, I'm glad you finally got to be here. It's okay if your ruffle looks flat. It's about the texture, okay? It's about the texture. It's gonna look flat. And your fluffy flower, after it's in the book, it will go flat. It's kind of funny though, whenever these show up on a page in one of my journals, this is what I do. I sit there and I go like this and I fluff them. And I go, oh yeah, I'm fluffing the flower. And then I go on and do something else. But, you know, I told you, I like I like the way things feel. So I want things that feel in my journals. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's a bow. It might have to go on something. There's some bows. This is the lace from some of the lace from the estate sale. Michelle, go to the link. Okay, go to the February group, and then your name is on, you were tagged, and the link will be posted there, and ask to come in, and I'll let you in. And then dryer sheets, you can do all the same things that you do with lace, with dryer sheets, and that you do with cheesecloth. I'm like, don't I have a dryer sheet up here? Don't lose, don't fall, don't. Oh, I don't see. It's not up here anymore. But you can tear it just like cheesecloth, or like you would fabric. I don't see it. I had one up here. So you just tear it. Even if you have to start it a little bit and then just cut it a little bit and start it, and put it behind things. So if you made this fan and you had it, maybe you had some of the flowers, because there's some, like say that batch of flowers was on the front of your fan, and then you can take and put that behind. Whoa. You put your dryer sheet behind, just like you would put a piece of fabric or something behind it. Okay? Just like that. Yeah, probably. It's probably down there. Yeah. No, it was up here. But I think it might be in the peacock stuff, because it was for the peacock journal. It wasn't for, but I had it up here when I was working with that. Yeah. Anyway. Wow, I made another mess. I've got too many things going on all at the same time, though. That's kind of, I need like 5 desks. I need to be able to come here and do this project and go over there and do that project and go over there. Maybe someday. So, thank you, Tamara. Thank you, thank you. Yours already thinks she lost it. Yeah, mine knows it. So, anyway, it's, he's been home for a while. So it's, your trash can just got lighter. That's for sure. Good night, Terry. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow at 3:35. And watch for the April challenge video. It's going to come up in just a few minutes. And so watch the whole video. It's just 30 minutes. And this challenge is a challenge. What you get to use whatever you want. You just can't buy anything new except for glue or adhesive. But I came up with some really crazy new embellishments, and so don't freak out, because I will do videos on each of the things. And I'm thinking that maybe I won't go in order A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I think I'll start with some of the stranger ones, and then so that you guys can go, oh, okay. Because, like I said, I pulled out a dictionary and I looked up words that started with whatever letter I was on. And most of them I had what product I wanted to use that started with that letter, and I had what I wanted to make. But some of them, like why, I did not have either. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'll just tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. There are 26 different elements. Some of them you need to make 3 and 2, and one you need to make 10. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's really fun to have come up with some new stuff, and to found a way to come up with some new stuff. So I'm really excited. Yay! Why yellow? Nope, did not do yellow. We did yellow last year. I was like, no, I don't want to do yellow. You guys, there's only like 20 words in my dictionary that start with Y. Nope, did not do a yo-yo. That would have been good though. Hi Tara. You'll want to join our Facebook group. It is the Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group. And when you join, make sure you answer the questions. And okay, so you are there. So now for your challenge journals, you join the challenge that it is. So we just finished March. If you finished a March journal, did you finish a March journal for the March challenge, Tara? If you finished a March journal, we need to get it into the March group. Otherwise, I'm going to be opening the April group here in just a few minutes, and it is already set up. The mini challenge paid posts are there, all 4 of them. Okay, you made the mini 6x6. So yes, you need to join the March group. So it's the March Spring Stash Buster Junk Journal Challenge. If you go to any of the other videos, today's video, I couldn't get my description to upload. So it's not on today's video, but it's on any of those other ones. And go to the March Stash Buster, one of those videos, and ask to go in there, and I'll get you in there. And then you post it on the mini challenge and the challenge number 4. Okay, and you have until Friday for that one. And then the April one, like I said, I'm going to be putting it out in just a few minutes. And you join the April, and you can go ahead and do the challenge. And the way the challenge works is you can do the big challenge and no little challenges. You can do the little challenges, or one little challenge, or all of them. Your little challenges do not have to go into your big journal. What we're doing this time, I will tell you, the big journal is whatever you want it to be. It's whatever size, whatever type, whatever theme. And then all of these things we're going to make, they're the only other things that need to go into your journal. So you're going to want to kind of look at the list because there's some pages, and you're going to want to have them figured out before you put your journal together. Okay? So, but you'll see that in just a few minutes. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Bonnie and Robin and Kelly and Joyce, for being here and helping out. And I'm going to go let the design team in the group finish editing the video. It's edited. It just needs all of its words. And we'll see you in a bit. Thank you all. Bye. Bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow at 3:35 my time.